Hi guys, it's Josh from TradingPriceAction.com. Today's video I'm going to be going over a step-by-step guide on how to set up your charts, templates, and profiles to match what mine look like in MetaTrader 4. So just a quick overview of what I'm going to be going over. First thing I'm going to be going over is our templates and how do you create your own custom template and how to apply it to all your charts so they all look the same. We're going to be the template I'm going to be showing you how to make is this custom template right here with the red and blue candles, which is my personal favorite. Next thing I'm going to be showing you how to do is how to set up profiles, such as this 4-hour profile right here where it has all your currency pairs in a nice neat row with the way I set it up is with my current trade setup over here in the top right hand corner and my trade scenarios I'm going to be looking for in the near future in the right hand corner, and the rest of your currency pairs over here. I'm going to be showing you how to set up your 4-hour profiles and then how you can switch easily from one profile to your daily profile depending on the time frame. So let's get started. The first thing we'll be doing is creating your custom template. So to do that, you're going to have to go to a random profile. I go to the euro, and then I just delete all of them except for one chart. So as you can see, this chart is something that we would not want to trade. So we want to change this template. We don't want any of these indicators. We don't want the colors. We don't want anything about this chart. So that is what we're going to be changing to match the chart that we want to trade on. But first thing that we're going to have to make sure we do is that we need to start with a candlestick chart. We can't start with a line chart or a bar chart because there's a glitch in MetaTrader 4 that makes it unable for you to switch it to a candlestick chart from either a bar chart or a line chart. So before you do anything, make sure your starting chart is a candlestick chart, and you can do that by going to Profiles, Euro, and then picking a chart from that profile. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of all these indicators, since we don't need any of this. So to get rid of these indicators, you just right click on the indicator and select delete indicator window, and it should get rid of it. Next thing we're going to have to do to change the colors of the chart is we're going to have to right click and then go to properties. Now in properties, we're going to go into the common tab and select chart on foreground, chart shift, chart auto scroll, candlesticks as the chart type. It should already be says candlesticks though. Then we're going to select show OHLC and then deselect show period separators and deselect show grid. Then once you're all done with the settings in the common tab, we're going to head over to the color area where we will customize the colors of our template. Now you can use the default color schemes that they have, which is yellow on black, green on black, and black on white. You can use that if you wanted to, but I'm going to be creating a custom color scheme of red and blue that you guys can follow along if you want and use for yourself. So the first thing we're going to have to change is the background, and that's actually going to stay white. The foreground is going to stay black. The grid, we're going to change that to none since we don't need the grid. The bar up and bar down are going to stay black. The bull candle is going to be blue. The bear candle is going to be red. The line graph will stay black because the line graph is what color the line will be when you change it to a line graph. Volumes, we don't need any volume, so we change that to none. Then ask and stop levels is fine with the default colors that it has. Once you have all these colors set up like this, and then your common settings such as this, we can then press OK, which will then apply those settings that we just set up onto the new chart. So as you can see, your new candlesticks are all blue and red now with no grid. There's no grid anymore, and it's just all white background with black over on the foreground. So it's really easy, clean chart to trade. This is one of my personal favorite color schemes to trade off with, just a classic blue, red, and white background. So now that we have your chart set up the way we want with a custom color scheme and everything, we're going to have to save this custom template. The way we save this custom template is that we're going to have to right click on the chart, go to templates, and then save template. Now you can name this template whatever you want. So for my example, I'm going to be naming it Test 1. Remember that, Test 1. You can name it whatever you want. Red, blue is what I actually named it, but for this video, I'm going to be naming it Test 1. Once you have a name for your custom template, click Save, and you now have the template saved, which you can now apply to any other chart. So we're going to test that feature out by applying it on another chart and make sure it works. So the way we're going to be doing that is go up to the new chart in the top left hand corner with the green arrow, with the green plus sign, excuse me. Click any chart. I'm going to click the US dollar Swiss franc chart, and as you can see, this chart right here is a very ugly chart, and it's a chart that we do not want to be trading off of. So what we're going to be doing to apply the custom template that we had just created is that we right click onto the chart, go to template, and then over here we're going to see all the templates that we could apply to it. You're going to want to find the custom template that you just made, find the name that you named it, and click on it. So in my example, it's Test 1. Once you click on it, it applies the new template that you created, the custom template, and you've now custom template on this chart. So that's just a quick example of showing you how to create your custom template and how to save it and how to apply it to a chart that doesn't have your custom template. So as you can see, that's a really good time saver, so you don't have to set up your new template each time. You can just quickly apply a new template that you saved and apply it to your chart, and you will get a nice clean looking chart that you can trade off of. So now that we know how to create your own template and apply it, what we're going to be looking at now is how to set up profiles in MetaTrader 4. So, and set up profiles and organize your currency pairs in rows and columns, like I had showed you before. So the first thing we're going to want to do is get a chart such as this right here. Well, let's use this chart since we've been using it the whole time. It's a Euro US dollar 4-hour chart. So this is going to be a 4-hour profile. So the first thing we're going to want to do is shrink this chart down. The way we shrink this chart down is we go down to the very far right corner, or any corner, just pick a corner until your cursor turns into the double-sided arrow. Once you get that, you can shrink this chart down to a rectangle, and then shrink it down so you see the currency pair, which will be the euro and the US dollar, and then the time frame, so in this case, a 4-hour chart. Shrink it down to a rectangle and place it up in the top left hand corner. Next thing you want to do is just add any other chart. So in this case, US dollar Swiss franc. It is not the template we want, so we're going to add a new template, find our Test 1, and apply it. Next thing we're going to do is change the time frame from an hour to 4-hour time frame, and then we're going to shrink this one down also. Remember, shrink it down so you see the two currencies and then the time frame, and set that right below your previous shrunk down your chart. Then you're going to do that exact step. I'll do it one more time. Select the British pound US dollar, apply your template, change it so it's the correct time frame, 4-hour, and then shrink it down and set it right below. You're going to want to do this exact steps for every single currency pair that you want to be trading. So any one of these currency pairs that you want to trade, you can select it, change the template, and shrink it down. That's what you want to do. So once you have all your currency pairs in a row, in columns, that you would like to trade, what you're going to need to do next is save this profile. Since we just did all 4-hour charts in these columns, we're going to save this profile as a 4-hour profile. How we save profiles in MetaTrader 4 is we go up to File, Profile, and then Save As. Now you're going to get this little save profile where you're going to enter a name for the profile. Since we just did 4-hour charts, we're going to name this 4-hour. I'm going to name mine 4-hour test. Once you have a name for this profile, press OK. You now have this profile saved in here. So as you can see, if you go up here, profiles, you'll see that 4-hour test is marked and saved as a new profile. We're going to test this feature out by going to a separate profile, just a random profile. And then if we go back into profiles, we can see that we see our new profile that we saved, and if we click on it, it takes us back to what we had saved right here. So once you have all your currency pairs, this is a really cool feature that you can utilize. So I'm going to show you an example of how I utilize it. So if you go to my 4-hour profile, you'll see all my currency pairs right here, the trade that I'm currently in, and my trade scenarios that I'll be watching. Say I'm looking on the 4-hour charts, but say I want to go to the daily charts. I go up to here, File, Profile, and I go to my daily profile. Then I have all my charts right here that are daily. So I can easily switch from 4-hour charts to daily charts in a matter of seconds. Another cool thing about having it stacked in columns like this is that you can easily open and close charts quickly and see if there's trade steps that's formed. So I'm just going to run through a quick example. Say you're looking at charts for the first time today. You start with the British pound and US dollar. You open up, you don't see a trade setup, you minimize it. It goes right back down to this rectangle. So it shrinks right back down. Then you go to the Euro US dollar, you click the maximize button, boom, the chart pops up, you don't see a trade setup form, you minimize it. Then you go to the British pound Swiss franc daily chart, you open up, oh bam, we see something that we like. Then we minimize it, then we drag it over to some place, for example in the far right hand corner, somewhere where we remember this trade setup or this trade scenario that's formed. So we will remember that we are looking at this for a certain reason, and when we open up, we'll remember, oh yeah, we're looking at it for this pin bar right here, for example, or something like that. So it's just a cool feature that you can use to organize your charts in areas where in areas that you're trading, in charts that you're looking at, and just all the rest of your currency pairs. And just one more little cool thing is that say you're looking at the New Zealand US dollar daily chart. You're looking at a trade setup to form on here, like a price action trade setup on the daily chart. But if you go to the 4-hour chart, you can still look at the New Zealand US dollar, and you don't have to use the same chart. Like you don't have to be using the same resistance zones, support and resistance zones. You can set up this chart however you like. So say you add just this line right here. If you go back to the daily profile and go to the New Zealand dollar, you'll see that the line that I just added, actually you can't tell because there's the same lines, but say let's just change this line to yellow so we can tell the difference. So we have a line right there on the New Zealand US dollar daily chart. We have this yellow line. If we go to the 4-hour chart of the New Zealand US dollar, we'll see that there's no yellow line here. So you can mark up each chart differently even though it's the same currency pair. So that's a really cool, neat little thing that you can do by having separate profiles. So I hope you have learned something in this video today, and setting up profiles and templates is a pretty basic thing in MetaTrader, and as a trader it's pretty basic, but a lot of traders don't know that they can set things up like this, and it saves them a lot of time once they find out that they can set up their charts like this. I would suggest you setting it up like this. It's a much easier way to look at all your currency pairs in a timely fashion without having to open up a new chart every time, apply a new template, exit out, open up a new currency pair. It just saves a lot of time, and it's just quick access, and it's a good way to organize all your charts into what you're looking at, what you're trading, and the rest of them. So hopefully you gained something new here, at least one new piece of knowledge that you didn't know before this video. If you did, that'd make me happy. So hopefully you've learned something, and if you have, let me know what you learned. I'd love to hear what you guys learned. If you know everything already, that's cool. If you know something else that I haven't said, please leave a comment, let me know about it. I'd love to hear it. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up on my YouTube channel and subscribe. So that's it for this video. Until next time, safe trading, and I'll talk to you guys later.